Hi, everybody. I always have to close my curtain because nobody can see me. Good afternoon. I'm making meatballs today. I am making my ricotta and rice meatball. And here I have beef and ground turkey that I mixed up. And I have all my seasonings and stuff here and my ricotta. I'm going to season everything separately because that's just what I do. Okay? So let me show you what we got first. We got our meat mix. We have the rice here. Most of the recipes ask for uncooked rice, but mine is day-old rice. I think maybe I'm just afraid that the rice isn't going to be done. So this is day-old rice. I have my ricotta here. My ricotta cheese I'm going to put in there. I have garlic powder, onion powder, a bunch of spices. I got garlic, white pepper. We're going to be using Prego. Okay. I love Prego, Italian sausage, and I'm going to be mixing it with the tomato, onion, garlic. Chunky. Okay. So let's go ahead and season our meat first. I'm a big seasoner. I don't know if other people are, but this is my onion powder. Are there certain spices and seasonings that it has to be like name brand, like a certain name brand? With certain spices and stuff, I have to, especially whatever my salt base is, whether it's Lowry's or Old Bay. I usually don't like knockoff brands of like my salt base, my Italian seasons and stuff, my curry. But like my paprika or my garlic powder and onion powder, I kind of usually don't care what brand it is. Is that normal? Does it matter? Should it matter all the way across the board? Certain things, I just think it just is what it is, Onion powder is onion powder. But I guess they do be putting all types of stuff in certain cheap brands to get what you pay for. This is Italian seasoning. I'm putting a good amount of it in it because I'm not going to over season my rice and stuff. So, 1 teaspoon. And I'm going to go ahead and throw my garlic in here. I mixed some garlic up in advance. I'm going to throw that in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing this meat. So we have our onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and Italian seasoning. I'm going to put a little, some of my other seasonings in here once we get those other parts of this meal incorporated in here. I want it to be good. That's what our meat looks like so far. Then I'm going to do, I usually, anytime I use ground beef, I have some type of like steak seasoning or I don't know, some type of ground beef seasoning, and I will always sprinkle it in here. Right now I have this, I had some steak rub. And I'm gonna mix that in there. And I'm gonna do a little bit of white pepper, just the dust of it. I know this is gonna make me sneeze, but I just need a little bit. Okay, not too much. All right. And a little bit of black. There we go. All right, that is very well seasoned meat. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm making meatballs. Today, I'm going to make some ricotta and rice meatballs today. So this is my beef and turkey mix right here. I got some paprika in there. Some white pepper, black pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder. Kept it pretty simple. And now I have some day-old rice. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in there since I got the meat pretty mixed up. Now, I said this in the beginning of it, but I see more people coming in. It does ask for uncooked rice. I specifically used day-old rice because I just was nervous that it wasn't going to be, the rice wasn't going to be cooked all the way through, even though I'm sure that probably wouldn't happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. All right, so that's what it's looking like with that rice in there. This is going to be a substitute instead of like breadcrumb or cracker. I'm using rice. Okay. Some people put egg in their meatballs. I'm not going to put egg in mine. My dad actually has an egg allergy, so I'm going to be doing it without it. But I will be using some ricotta. All right, we're going to use a good amount of ricotta cheese here. Do about that. Well, I'll say that's about a cup. It's about a cup of ricotta. Okay. Welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. So we want to get this all evenly incorporated. Okay. Get it good and mixed. For those who don't know, my name is Tahirah. I don't usually introduce myself on here. I need to start introducing myself so everyone can know. I am a cook. I've been cooking all my life since I was a little girl, and my dad is a chef, and I was a part of his catering business since I was young, and I kind of have my own thing. I don't really like catering that much. I kind of like small cooking, so dinner dates, Sunday dinners, that's kind of my thing. Okay, and so I'm gonna season this just a little more, and then I'm gonna start making my meatballs. Okay, start rolling them out. Let's do a bit more Italian, and I think I might do a little bit of, just a little bit of salt, but all right. Put the rest of that in there. That's that much. All right, guys. So now we got the ricotta in here. We got the rice. We got both our meats. It's looking pretty seasoned. I am going to do the sauce at the bottom. Okay, I have my glass pan here. All right, got a little bit of sprinkles of seasoning in it, but that's my glass pan. And I'm using Prego. I am a fan of Prego. I'm going to use a little bit of the chunky at the bottom, and then a little bit of the Italian sausage and garlic, okay? All right, and I'm going to switch sides. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. And I'll show you guys what it looks like at the bottom of the pan. So that's my pan, okay? Here goes my pan of sauce. Okay? So now we're about to start making these meatballs. Now, my hands are washed, but I didn't want to get them all dirty while I'm mixing it. But it's time to go ahead and make our balls. And some people like to do it separately, but I go ahead on in, take me a little scoop, and I'm going to start rolling my balls and getting them into my sauce, okay? Then we're going to get this in the oven. And it should be ready in about 30, 45 minutes. That's what I'm going to say. Right? I'm going to just stick them right in there. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank everybody who's watching. Thank everyone who's liking it. Make sure you guys subscribe, okay? I'm coming back. I know I've been gone for a while, but I forgot to tell everyone my dad had his kidney transplant. If I could insert a yay in my thing, I would. But I have some videos coming for that. I'm trying to make the videos so you guys can see everything that I've been cooking for him. The journey that we've been on with food. It has been quite interesting. So I know usually when I hop on, I'm not looking so spiffy, but I be tired, okay? In between school and taking care of him and cooking and still working. Your girl be holding it together, okay? So by the time I get a chance to really sit and make a meal, this is what you get, okay? You gotta get it. Put sugar in my sauce. I don't add sugar, but I will say that sugar can make tomato flavored sauces a little better. But my dad is a diabetic, so I try to limit, how much sugar and salt I put in his food. I still try to keep it flavorful, but the sugars and salts I usually kind of have to watch. Um, And when I have time, I will make my spaghetti sauce from scratch. If I am making it from scratch, then I probably will put a little sugar in it. But I don't add anything when I'm getting jars. You look good, and you don't have to explain. I know, but still, I see people on here on the lives. They just look so nice and put together, and then I be looking at me like, girl. They can tell you ran in on break. But hey, it's life. The food be good though. If you making good food though, the food be good. I can promise that. Might look a little rough, but my meatballs are a little beefy. But I want to make sure I get as much as I can in here. How's everybody doing? How's your day been? What's some new things you guys have tried or ate? I'm on a mission to. I've very well versed in like cuisine and different culture foods. But there's a lot of things that I've never tried. So I have been on a adventure all year to try to taste things I've never have before, try to step a little out my comfort zone. Um, One simple thing that is I'm not always comfortable with, oddly, is meat. I'm kind of funny about meat. Ooh, Carl. Hello, Moto. Say hi, mother. You're on my YouTube live. Oh, how you doing? Okay, I'll call you later. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, love you. Bye. That was loud. Sorry, y'all. Bacon, cream cheese, cheddar, filled. Oh, that sounds pretty good. See, I love stuffed jalapenos. I love stuffed peppers. Um, I love stuffed mushrooms. I like stuffing things. I made a stuffed snapper with like shrimp. I did like a shrimp rice in the snapper. It came out very good. Stuffing things is kind of fun. I feel like you could be creative. With garlic and onion. That sounds good. That sounds really good. I love stuffing things. All right. Our pot's a little full, but we gonna make it work. Cause we just got one little one. One little one. This will be my tester to let me know when it's done. All right. All right, guys. Let's see. Oh, please. Oh, no. I almost lost you. Can you hear me now? Is that better now? I think I finally unmuted it. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, dropped my phone. But I got the meatballs in here, y'all. We got them all in there. I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 400 degrees. You can do 375 depending on your oven, but I'll cook it and I'll monitor it at least 30 minutes, probably more on the 45-minute side for my oven. And I'll be back to show you guys how it turns out. And taste it, of course. And we got this fresh basil I'm gonna put on it. It's gonna be so good. All right, y'all. Phone in the sauce. I know, right? Almost. I caught it though. I caught it. All right, y'all. Be back soon. Take care.